Do you still struggle with approaching women? Are you afraid of what you might receive once you make a move? You might be misinterpreting the signals, and you might be missing out on the opportunity to approach her by not being able to differentiate these signals. That's why I bring you the 8 unmistakable signs that she wants you to touch her, so that you can stop giving them frustrations and start giving them reassurance. If you've made it to this video, it's because this information interests you, and I can assure you that you should know it. Pay attention to compliments. Receiving a compliment is something that pleases us all, but when it comes from someone we're attracted to, the effect is completely different. In the case of women who feel a sexual attraction towards you, a compliment won't just be a praise, but they will also emphasize the physical attribute of yours that they find most attractive. For example, if you receive a compliment about your shoulders or arm muscles, you can be sure that the idea of holding her in your arms has crossed her mind. These types of comments suggest an interest beyond the surface and could be a sign that she's interested in exploring a more intimate connection with you. Therefore, don't underestimate the power of a simple compliment, as it could be the hint of a deeper connection in the future. She invites you home. When a woman is attracted to you and is confident in herself, she might invite you to her home to enjoy a private moment. You know what this means, right? However, it's important to note that this doesn't necessarily mean the situation will progress to a sexual level. What it does indicate is that she's interested in you and in exploring the possibility of a more intimate encounter. Understand this, she's taking the initiative and letting you know that she's attracted to you on a sexual level. Just like in a race, the starting whistle only marks the beginning of an adventure that can go as fast or slow as you both decide. It's crucial to maintain open and honest communication to ensure that both of you feel comfortable and fully enjoy the moment. However, if this does happen, let me tell you that you have a great advantage and she's hoping for you to enter her more intimate space. She takes the initiative. Let me tell you something, women rarely take the initiative when it comes to pursuing a man. That job is usually left to us. It's common for women to feel some insecurity when openly showing their interest in someone. Fear of rejection and judgment from others can lead them to prefer dropping hints so that the object of their affection can perceive them. However, there are times when their self-confidence drives them to take the first step. In those cases, they tend to make small, not necessarily sexual gestures that serve as a measure to assess the other person's response. They might place their hand on your thigh or rest their head on your shoulder. These small gestures are the perfect way to enter your personal space and let you know there's mutual interest, giving you the green light to advance. Pay attention to her body language. Did you know that there are entire books about how to identify body language? If you want me to make a video about this, let me know in the comments. When a woman feels comfortable in your presence, her body language will tell you everything. Her posture will be relaxed, and if she's interested in you touching her, she'll communicate it through her body language by dropping hints. If things are going well, she'll follow your movements, lean towards you, and respond to your body with hers. Subconsciously, she thinks this makes it easier to follow you, as it helps you detect the signals she's sending. For example, if you're sitting next to each other or facing each other, she'll maintain an open posture with her chest exposed, indicating that she's comfortable and open to conversation, and that the conversation is flowing naturally. When we're in the presence of someone we trust and feel safe with, we subconsciously adopt relaxed body postures, often without being aware of it until someone points it out or we read about it. On the other hand, if you're sitting with your arms crossed over your chest, you're conveying to the people around you that you're closed off and uncomfortable. This could be due to many reasons, like the people you're talking to, the situation you're in, the topic of conversation, or even the clothes you're wearing. In summary, if a woman's body language near you exudes a relaxed and comfortable vibe, it's a great sign that she feels at ease in your presence and might be interested in taking the relationship further. However, you should be sensitive to her body language and make sure she feels comfortable and respected at all times. If you manage to interpret her body language, you're already 70% of the way there, so you'll know whether she wants you to approach or not. Seeks physical contact while walking. If you're walking alongside a woman and she suddenly crosses into your path and bumps into you, don't be mistaken, it wasn't an accident. In reality, she's trying to convey something important. This move, though unconscious, is intentional and can be a clear sign that she wants you to touch her. Of course, there are different ways she can bump into you. Some women might do it playfully, laughing and acknowledging what they've done. Others might bump into you, immediately apologize, and go back to their own path. However, in both cases, that small physical contact is a sign that she's open to the possibility of you getting closer to her. She touches you. It's true that many women don't initiate physical contact due to fear of rejection. But if she's interested in you, she'll do small things to break the touch barrier between you two. It could be as simple as brushing her hand against your arm while laughing, but that small gesture can be a big sign that she's willing to be touched. The contact doesn't need to be sexual for her to convey her perspective. What matters is that once the barrier is broken, your subconscious will start thinking about all the ways you can touch her. So, if you notice that she's bumped into you or made some other subtle physical contact, don't hesitate to respond and get closer to her. This might just be the beginning of something bigger. The inclination is important. It's not the first time we've mentioned that women can feel insecure about taking the initiative in matters of love and romance. Right, this is largely due to the fear of rejection, which can be very embarrassing and even discouraging for many people. Imagine the embarrassment you'd feel if the girl you like just moved away from you when you tried to kiss her. That would be uncomfortable, right? For this reason, many women opt for other methods to let their partner know they're interested in a kiss. One of these strategies is slowly leaning towards the other person while they're talking, closing the gap between them and, unconsciously, indicating that they're interested in a kiss. If the woman leans even further towards you, she might be trying to communicate her intentions indirectly, so counting to 3 in your head and, if she remains there, might be a clear sign she's interested. Therefore, if you're the man in this situation, it's important to be attentive to these signs and, if you detect them, approach with confidence and assurance, making sure not to miss the opportunity for a potentially special kiss for both of you. Pay attention to her reaction. One simple way to determine if a woman is interested in you touching her is by observing her response to your actions or proximity. If you approach and she pulls back, her subconscious mind signals that she doesn't like you invading her personal space and creates distance. If she doesn't pull back, she might be waiting for you to make the first move. Learning to interpret her responses will help you know what to do next. Detecting these signals can be tricky, and there's often a lack of communication on both sides. Women might think they're being obvious, but men might not understand, or the cues might not be clear. Have you identified these signals before? If you've just realized that you've missed opportunities, don't worry, because you won't anymore. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Until next time.